please join me in celebration of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Since I signed the ADA into law July 26, 1990, millions of Americans with disabilities are gaining new opportunities to go to work, to go to school, and to enjoy recreational activities. People with disabilities are now integral participants in their communities and in our great nation. They're making enormous contributions to our society, our culture, and to our economy. Please celebrate their achievements as we celebrate the ADA. Though we've made tremendous strides since 1990, you can help keep the promise of the ADA alive by increasing your knowledge of what you can do to make sure everyone has access to all the opportunities that our society offers.
July 26, 1990, President George Herbert Walker Bush signed into effect the historic Americans with Disabilities Act, protecting qualified people from discrimination based on disability. It was a defining moment in Mr. Bush's presidency.
When President Bush signed the ADA in 1990, July the 26th became the Independence Day for people with disabilities.
What no one could have envisioned was how the need for this civil right would grow in unexpected ways as the disability community has grown. War veteran Kenneth Adams sustained traumatic brain injuries and permanent blindness in Afghanistan. In previous wars, these injuries may have killed him and thousands of others, but thanks to advances in medical care, Kenneth survived. Kenneth's post-military plans were shattered by his injury.
Before my accident in Afghanistan, I wanted to come back and be a police officer and help people out as much as I could.
He's one of the many troops who left for war able-bodied and employed and returned an American with disabilities. In fact, people with disabilities are the fastest-growing minority in America today, and it's a group that anyone can join at any minute. Even as we age, the prevalence of disability naturally rises, increasing the odds that you will one day become a part of the disability community.
I think it's really important for people to understand the impact the ADA has made, not only on the infrastructure. Many people can see wider aisles in their grocery stores, but not many people understand the impact that ADA has had on the values, the lives, the culture of our society, and on individuals who now can look forward to full participation and equal opportunity just like everybody else in America.
The Americans with Disabilities Act is a civil rights law designed to keep Americans with disabilities active, productive members in their communities. The National Disabilities and Business Technical Assistance Centers network of ADA centers, or DIBTAC, strives to increase awareness of the value of all people with disabilities, including those who are employed or want to work.
When I started medical school, that was one of my concerns, was what kind of reactions I would get from not only my patients but from other healthcare providers. What I've found is really most often they don't really get any different reaction. I think the reason for that is probably that it's evident, since I'm a physician, that I'm qualified to do my job, and so people give me that benefit of the doubt. And I think that that's important for anyone with a physical disability, to be confident in what you do and portray that when you interact with people.
Michael Shelton hired Julie Collins to work as a legal secretary. It's a partnership that works well for both of them.
The challenges of working with a disabled person are really non-existent with Julie. She's able to do anything that an abled person can do. I have seen no downside at all to having Julie. It's all been an upside for me. She does everything that, and better than people that I have had in the past.
I was afraid to take the leap and try for a professional job because I didn't think that I could do it again. But now that I have taken the job as a secretary, I wish I would have done it sooner. I wish I would have tried to be in this kind of position before, because it's very rewarding.
Thanks to examples like Julie and Mike, Kenneth Adams has high hopes for his employment future.
I can still get the job done, just like a person who has sight. You know, it's just that it might take me a little bit longer to do, but I mean, I guarantee the work will get done.
The Americans with Disabilities Act has brought much attention to the capabilities of Americans with disabilities, but it's up to employers and potential employees to put that law into action. Employers can help by making their businesses accessible. It's a tactic that not only broadens the depth of potential employees, it boosts business by drawing in customers with disabilities, a growing market with billions of dollars of discretionary spending.
Our company is Career and Recovery Resources. We are a United Way agency, which means we're a nonprofit. We were established in 1945, and our mission is to help persons identify and overcome barriers to employment. We've had great success with placing persons with disabilities. We have individuals that have come to us that may have a disability with mobility, and we have talked to employers about ADA and the kind of adjustments that they needed to make. Many of those adjustments have already been made, and we're able to obviously then work with that employer to get our clients placed within their organization.
With the work of organizations like the National DibTac Network of ADA Centers, people with disabilities are accepted as valuable members of their communities.
I can't speak for everybody, but in my case, a lot of the times, the person that you end up making accommodations for will end up being one of the best employees you have. A lot of times it's for the fact that you've given them an opportunity, and all you're really sacrificing is a little bit of modifications here and there, whether it be to a door or a computer or a certain keyboard. I mean, you're really not shelling out a lot, but your gains are large.
We really want to show that we can do what everybody else can do. We just have to do it another kind of way. But we're able to do anything, and we will show people that we can do, and we can do it better.
I was working in warehousing, building things, lifting things, instrumentation, and at the time that I injured my back, all that went out the door. That door closed on me, and then from that point on, I had to get retrained in another type of setting, in an office type of setting where I was using computers. And I had never been exposed to computers in my life. And now it opened up a completely different line of work for me. And I really enjoy it.
We are in a very tight labor market, really all across the country. And whether we're not, people with disabilities are excellent performers. Any company that feels like they're lagging behind or uncertain, unsure how to handle disability accommodations, how the law impacts them, call your resources, call DibTac, call the resources. They are available.